The lion is the king of the jungle, but when alone, they become the target of other species, including wild dogs. In the face of the onslaught of the wild dogs, the lioness growled to threaten her enemies. However, the pack of stubborn wild dogs refuses to leave and surrounds the lion. One of the wild dogs dared to steal the lion's butt, making the lion both uncomfortable and bored. Noticing the lion's attitude, do you think the wild dogs will give up? The deer is trying to struggle to jump into the river to escape the siege of the fierce predator, but it is unsuccessful, and it's dragged ashore by the wild dogs. After successfully pulling the prey ashore, the wild dogs begin to torture the prey extremely fiercely and savagely. The video we see here, the wild dogs are fiercely attacking Mother and the lion. To protect her little cub, the lioness fought fiercely with her opponent. After a while of fighting, the lioness got a lot of wounds, but the wild dogs did not continue to attack. Do you know why? The herd of buffaloes scattered before the pursuit of the bloodthirsty wild dogs looking for food. With overwhelming numbers to control the prey and with sharp teeth, the wild dogs easily handle the prey every moment. So, why do you think wild dogs are so effective when hunting? Let us know in the comments section below. If a skilled predator such as a lion or a hyena, the hunting success rate is only 30%, while for African wild dogs, the rate reaches 80%. Below is a clip of the wild dogs after hunting a young prey. They frantically eat the meat and biting at the prey. Famous for their high hunting ability and extremely cruel, wild dogs are defeating their prey. They do not finish off their prey but torture it until its last breath. When they encounter an old buffalo in the grassland, the herd of wild dogs is overwhelming to control it. They cut the prey with their sharp teeth. Old age, while facing a pack of wild dogs, the weak buffalo was attacked constantly. The wild dogs split into formation, one on each side of the buffalo in attack. You must have guessed the end of the buffalo is close.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh.
A pregnant hyena was beaten by a pack of wild dogs. They surrounded the hyena to try and kill the mother and daughter. The unequal battle took place in extremely ferocious. Can the hyena survive the surprise attack? The lone wild boar tries to hide in a cave to escape the pursuit of the wild dogs. Unfortunately, the cave was too shallow, so it was torn to pieces by the pack of wild dogs. As a result, it was torn to pieces mercilessly by the wild dogs and became another meal. With a savage predatory nature, wild dogs will not finish off their prey immediately after catching them, but they will often torture and tear their prey to death. Terrified at the sight of the pack of wild dogs madly biting at the deer, even the deer was pregnant, they even ruthlessly pulled the unborn child from the deer's belly and eat the meat. Wildebeest was suddenly surrounded by the wild dogs, and they tried to attack from many directions. Oppressing the weak is the strength of the wild dogs when hunting, and they will quickly defeat their prey. A lone hyena accidentally strays into the territory of the wild dogs. Obviously, the hyenas have become a target for the wild dogs. Realizing that he is not strong enough to cope with them, he has to run away into the lake. Despite getting a few bites, the hyena still bravely fights fiercely with his opponents who didn't want to clash. After a while of counteracting the wild dogs, it seems that the wild dogs finally gave up and left. Two wild dogs relentlessly attack the antelope. The exhausted antelope lays still while the dogs attack, and then they drag the slime from the ground without protesting. Unable to take it anymore, the antelope passes away. A deer had just landed on the shore when two wild dogs ambushed her before, and they rushed to bite her. Although the deer tries to jump into the river to escape, the wild dogs do not stop attacking and drag their prey ashore to torture. The predators completed the prey and the poor deer in a savage way. In the end, the deer has become a delicious meal for the wild dogs. The image of the wild dogs chasing the antelope and forcing it to jump into the river to escape. Unexpectedly in the river, there was a huge hippo chasing and attacking the water antelope because it disturbed the hippo. Inherently highly territorial, hippos hate trespassers, so they push the antelope quickly to the shore. In the face of the wild dogs, the antelope tries to defend off and drive away the enemy to protect the baby in the womb. However, after a while of resistance, overwhelmed by the number of wild dogs, the lone antelope is defeated and has no resistance. After that, the wild dog ruthlessly pulled the antelope's baby from its belly and brutally bites it. It's known as the master of the art coordinated hunting on the steppe. The ill-fated antelope got lost in its sights at the pack of the wild dogs, and then has a tragic end. Watch this moment, you must be shivering by the cruelty of the cold-bloodedness of wild dogs. The antelope was attacked, and despite being bitten through the abdomen, dropping the internal organs protruding outside, the antelope still resisted the predator. However, not only the wild dog, but also a bunch of wild dogs pulling on the soles, the antelope is now very weak. In the end, no one would have guessed the outcome. The pack of wild dogs' overwhelming numbers took down the antelope and tore it to pieces. Accidentally caught in the encirclement of the wild dogs, the straight-horned antelope was fiercely bitten by the predators. Despite fighting fiercely, could not win against the overwhelming numbers, agility, and brutality of the wild dogs, and received a painful death under the sharp teeth of the enemy. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, click the like button and subscribe. Okay, I hope to see you again in tomorrow's next great adventure.